And I think we're just going to give it like 15 seconds and then we should be all right. Okay. We are going to go ahead and go for it. So when you are ready, find your way to your mat. We'll start in a seated position, whatever that is going to be for you. You can go cross-legged. You can sit with your legs out in front of you. You can sit in a long butterfly. All options are good options. Anchor your sits bones, that bony part at the back of your hip, down into your mat, and let your hands come to the tops of your legs. We'll start with the big roll of the shoulders as we open up through the chest, letting the shoulder blades relax down and back, reaching the crown of the head up towards the ceiling. And we'll take 4 deep breaths from right here. Inhale through the nose, filling your body up with air, expanding through the rib cage from side to side and front to back. And then exhale out, let it go. Good. For 3, inhale. And exhale, let it go. For 2, inhale. And exhale, let it go. And then one more big inhale. And exhale, let everything go. Good. With that last exhale, let's reach the arms so they go out to T, fingertips reaching long towards the sides of the room. I'm going to mirror you. If that throws you off, you just do what I say, right or left, okay? Inhale as you shift over towards the right, taking the right hand down, reaching the left arm up, pressing down into the left hip, big side body opener. Exhale as you come up through center. Inhale, take that same thing over towards the left. Left hand goes down, right arm reaches up, pressing down into the right hip, opening up through the right side body. Exhale, we come up through center for 2 more each direction. We take the right hand down, reach the left arm up. Good. Bring it up through center. We go left hand down, right arm up. Good. For 1 more, we go up through center and then over to the right. Good. Up through center. And then again, we take it up and over to the left. Good. We'll come all the way up through center. I want you to take your right hand so it comes just to the top of your right leg. Take your left arm. You're going to inhale as you reach the arm forward. Circle your arm. Rotate your chest. Go up, around, and back for 3. Circle forward. For 2. And then 1 more. And we'll only go one direction. Left hand comes to the top of the left leg. Reach that right arm out and circle up and around. For 3. For 2. 1 more. Good. And then you can bring the right arm in. From here, reach your legs so they go all the way out in front of you, opening your feet up about mat's distance, or you can take them a little bit closer if that feels comfortable for you. Flexing your feet, pulling your toes back to your nose, pushing the heels forward. You'll reach your arms so they go out in front of you. Fingertips reaching forward, but we're trying to pull the shoulder blades back. So you can think about pulling the shoulder blades together, retracting the shoulder blades. Inhale as you sit up tall, reaching the crown of the head towards the ceiling. Exhale as you draw in from the belly button. You pull rib cage down towards the hips as you roll yourself all the way down to the mat. Shoulders are down, your head goes down. You can reach your arms all the way back overhead, finding energy, finding length out through the fingertips and through the toes. Inhale. Exhale, lift your arms, press your hands down towards the tops of your legs, tucking chin to chest. You'll roll yourself all the way up, and it's okay if it takes more than 1 try. And then round it forward through your upper back, reaching about 4 inches over the toes. For 3 more, inhale as you sit up tall, dropping the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale as you draw in, belly button to spine. You roll things all the way down, finding that deep curve through your spine. Shoulders and head go down. You reach the arms back overhead. Inhale. Exhale, lift your arms, squeeze from underneath the armpit, start to tuck the chin to the chest. Find that same curve you found on the way down, on the way up, and then see if you can hold that curve as you reach up and over. For 2, inhale as you sit up tall. Exhale as you draw in from the center of the body, creating that deep curve through your spine. Shoulders and head go down, arms reach back. Inhale. Exhale, lift, squeeze from underneath the armpits. Find that deep curve through your spine and then round it forward. One more. Inhale, sit up tall, drop the shoulders. Exhale, draw in from the belly button. Roll all the way down, shoulders and head down, arms reach back. Inhale. Exhale, lift the arms, press the hands down towards the tops of the legs as you tuck chin to chest. You roll all the way up. And then again, you're rounding forward through the upper back, stretching out through the spine. Inhale. Good. Exhale, you come all the way up to seated. Keep your legs out in front of you. Bring hands behind the head, opening up through the elbows, reaching out towards the sides of the room, flexing your feet like you're pressing your feet up against a wall. Inhale as you twist the upper body over towards the right. Now give me a 1-2 pulse. 1, 2. Exhale, come through center. Inhale as you twist over towards the left. It's a 1-2 pulse. 1, 2, and then come through center for 2 more each side. We go over to the right, pulse, pulse, over to the left, pulse, pulse. Last one, we go through center and then over to the right, pulse, pulse, through center, and then over to the left, pulse, pulse. Good. Come through center, keep hands behind the head. I want you to find a nice flat back. Inhale as you hinge back, pause, and then find your C curve as you roll all the way down to the mat. Now, once you get down, if you slid yourself off of the mat like I did, I always do, scoot forward and then plant your feet onto the mat. Your feet are about hips distance apart. You're pressing down into the heels, into the big toes, the outside edges of the feet. Your hands can come down by your sides. You're rolling the shoulders down away from the ears so you can feel the back body, the triceps, the hands pressing down into the mat. And then try and tilt your hips towards you so you find your neutral spine. From here, you're pressing into your left heel. We're going to lift the right knee so that it comes above the hip. You'll take a pause. You'll bring the left leg up to meet the right, either keeping space between the knees or bringing the knees together like you have one leg. And then from here, we'll take the right leg. You're going to tap the toes down, moving from the hip. Exhale as you come back up through center. Inhale as you reach that left leg away. If you can tap the toes down, wonderful. If it's not going to happen today, that's okay. We drop the right toes and lift. Drop the left toes and lift. Good. That movement is coming from the hip. So you don't have to bend your knee more to tap your toes, right? Because we could do this all day. Right? We're trying to keep the same shape at the leg as we lower down from the hip. Good. If you feel like you can do more, you're bringing hands behind the head, opening up through the elbows, lifting up through head, neck, and shoulders as you continue the same movement through the legs for 3. And 3. For 2. And 2. One more. And one more. Good. If your head is lifted, bring it down, and then you can bring the feet back down to the mat. You can keep your hands where they're at or bring them down by your sides. Walk your feet out a little bit wider. Inhale as you drop both of your knees over towards the right, letting your left hip lift, but keeping your left shoulder anchored down to the mat. Exhale as you take the knees up through center, and then inhale, drop both knees over towards the left. Right hip can lift, right shoulder stays anchored down. You find that nice deep twist through your spine. Good. Inhale. Exhale, we take the knees up through center. Now, again, we're going to tilt the hips back so the hips and rib cage are in line. We float the right leg up to tabletop. Left leg comes to meet it. This time the legs are going to come together. Try and connect ankles, knees, and inner thighs. Arms are reaching up above your shoulders, and we'll start by keeping the head down. You'll exhale as you pull the knees to your chest, bringing the hands to the tops of your shins. Inhale as you reach out through arms and legs. Exhale, we pull everything in. Inhale as we reach everything out. Good. You keep moving like this. If you feel like you can do more, as you curl into that tiny ball, you're lifting up through head, neck, and shoulders, and you can keep the head lifted as you reach arms and legs out. Good. Exhale, pull in. Inhale, reach out. We'll go for 3. And reach. For 2. And then one more. Good. Pull your knees towards your chest, drop your head down, take a moment and breathe. Okay, when you're ready, knees are coming back above the hips, but we're keeping the legs squeezing together. Arms reaching up above the shoulders. This time I want you to pull the knees over towards your left shoulder as you reach the arms to the outside of the right leg. Inhale, everything comes through center. We can start by keeping the head down. Exhale as you pull the knees over towards the right shoulder. Arms reach out to the outside of the left leg. Inhale, everything through center. Okay. If you'd like to bring your head up, you're bringing your head up. And then we go through center. We pull the knees to the right shoulder as we reach the arms to the outside of that left leg. Inhale, reach out. We'll go for 3 and 3 for 2 and 2 and then one more and one more. Good. Head comes down. You can hug the knees to the chest. Take a little rock from side to side. Okay, one more core exercise that we'll do, and then we will move on from here. A couple of options with this one. You can extend both legs out to straight. We'll go right leg up, left leg out. If straightening the legs isn't quite going to work for you today, you can bend the knees. Okay, you can grab onto your right leg either behind the hamstring at the calf, or if you can reach all the way up to your ankle, go for that. Just find whatever's going to be comfortable. We're keeping the left leg reaching out, and your leg is about maybe 2 inches off of the mat. Exhale as you tuck chin to chest. You're pressing your leg into your hands to help you peel up through the spine. Inhale, big exhale, you switch the legs. Good. We'll switch and switch just for 3, for 2, and 1. Good. And then everything can come in, bend into your knees, hug your knees to your chest, take that little rock from side to side. Lovely. When you're ready, roll over onto your right hip, scooting the right hip towards the back edge of your mat. We're laying all the way down onto our mat, and I'll give you a couple options right here. You can bend the right elbow, laying down onto the right bicep. You can extend the right arm out nice and long, still laying down onto the bicep. If it's better for you to be have your head propped up in your hand, you can do that too. Okay, lots of options. You figure out what's going to be most comfortable for you. And then 2 options with the legs. You either have the knees bent and the knees a little bit in front of you, or if you are just ready for more, you're extending the legs out towards that top corner of the mat, flexing your feet, pressing into the outside edge of that bottom leg, which is our right leg. Okay, from here, once you figured out where your comfortable spot is, take your left hand, bring it to your left hip. Can you push your left hip down towards your feet, lifting up through your right side? Maybe you can, maybe you can't. Maybe you were like, what the hell is she talking about? It's really okay. If you're not quite there yet, it's all right. We're taking this left leg. You're going to turn the toe up and the heel in, pointing your toe. Inhale as you bend the left knee, pulling the foot to the inside of the right knee. Pause. You'll extend your left leg up, flex your foot, and then bring your heels down to meet. Point your toe, bend the knee, extend up, flex your foot, and then bring it to close. Now, if you have bent knees, you're doing the same thing, right? You just don't have really the guide of the bottom leg to help, but it's the same exact thing. And knee bent is going to help you to feel a little bit more stable. Does it make this exercise any easier? No, no, but but it can help us to get through for 2. One more point, bend, kick, flex, and bring it down. Pause right there at the bottom. We'll reverse the direction of that movement. So let's start with a pointed toe. Inhale as you lift the leg up. You'll pause, bend your knee, pull the left foot towards the inside of the right knee. Now flex the foot, push your heel out. Point the toe, lift, bend, flex, and push. And it does not have to be a high kick, right? You can lift right here, bend the knee, and push out. It doesn't matter to me if you're able to make a really big movement. That's not what Pilates is about. It's not about having the biggest, the best, the highest kicks or the highest movements. It's about moving within your range of motion with control, right? So I can't tell you where your range of motion is because it's different for all of us. For 2. And then one more. Lift, bend, flex, and push. Good. Pause right there. Take a second and breathe. That left hip is probably feeling a little bit warm. So if it needs a little tap of encouragement, please give it that. When you're ready, we take the left leg. You're going to bring your foot back into parallel. So we had it turned out just a little bit. You're going to bring it back to parallel. That rotation comes from your hip. Point through your toe. Take an inhale as you lift your leg up. Start to circle your leg forward towards me, and then exhale as you press your leg back. Nice big circle. We go for 4. Circle forward and press it back. For 3. For 2. Oh, my hip does not want to do this. One more. Lift up, circle forward, press it back, and pause right here. Can you keep the left leg lifted? I know you can. When you're ready, you kick your leg forward towards me. It's a big exhale. You lift up around and circle back for 4 more. Kick it forward, up around, and circle back. Keep going for 3. Oh my gosh. For 2, kick forward, up, around, and back. Oh my gosh. And then one more. Good. Left leg comes down to meet the right. Take a moment and breathe. Your hip is probably feeling a lot of different ways. Okay, we're just going to let it feel those different ways. All right. From here, I want you to bring your left hand in front of you, reach your right arm out if it's not already there. Bend your knees, pull the feet a little closer to your hips, and then press yourself up off of your right side. Right hand will come in to help you. Okay. From there, we're going up and over, finding a nice big side body stretch, opening up into our right side, pressing down into the hip. You think about finding length, finding space from hip to armpit to middle finger. Good. Now, before we go into the other side, you're going to take both hands behind you as you bring the legs up through center. And we'll take a figure 4 stretch right from there with the left ankle over the top of the right knee. You're pressing up and away from your mat, opening up through your chest, relaxing your shoulders. If this is a little too much, all you got to do is pull that right foot away from you. Step it further away from you. Inhale. Exhale, let it go. Good. Okay, when you're ready, we're gonna get the second side out of the way, bringing the legs together. You can swing them over to the other side and we'll lay down onto our left. Best way to get set up is to scoot back towards that back edge of your mat, lay all the way down. And again, we have those same options for setup. You can have the left arm reaching all the way out towards the edge of your mat. You can bend the left elbow. You can prop your head up in your hand. Really, it comes down to what you're comfortable with and your personal preference. And you can, you know what? You do what you like best. I like a bent elbow. Your knees are either bent at 90 degrees or you're extending your legs out. And why I chose to extend my legs out on the first side, we'll never know. Like, why did I choose the harder thing? If you have your legs extended out, you're flexing both of the feet. You're actively pressing into the outside edge of that left foot. Now take your right hand. Can you bring it to your right hip and push your hip down toward your feet, lifting up a little bit through that left side? Can you maintain this lift, maintain this engagement into your obliques as we move through these exercises? Hopefully, yes. But if it gets away from you, that's okay. You're lifting your right leg up. You're going to turn out. So the toe is up, the heel is in. I'm not being dramatic, I swear. Point your toe on your inhale, bend your knee, pull your foot to the inside of that left knee, extend your leg up, flex your foot, and then bring the heels down to meet. Inhale, bend the knee. Extend up, unfold, flex the foot, bring it down, point, bend, extend, flex, and bring things together. Good. Point, bend, extend up, flex, and take it in. Good. Gosh, live streaming on YouTube is so much more challenging than teaching a live class on Zoom because I can't see you guys to get me through. Man, is it tough relying on me and only me. It's very hard. We go for 2, bend, extend, flex, and then bring the heels together. One more, point the toe, bend the knee, extend the leg up, and then flex your foot. Bring the heels to meet. Take a moment right there. Okay, we're reversing that movement. When you're ready, we'll start with the pointed toe. You're going to inhale as you lift your leg up. Pause, bend your knee, flex your foot, and now push that flexed foot out to meet your left foot. Okay, we point the toe, you extend up. It never gets easier. That's the bad news. Lift up, bend, flex, and push. Point the toe, lift, bend, flex, and push. Can you lift your leg and still keep your hips stacked on top of each other? My foot doesn't know what to do anymore. It's like, do I point? Do I flex? It can't decide. Let's do, oh my gosh, let's do 2 more. Lift, bend, flex, and push. One more, point, lift, bend, flex, and push. Pause right there. Take a second. Take a second. Okay, we're doing 5 circles each direction. If you're ready before I am, go for it. But just remember, I'm still going to count slow reps, so you might as well just pause. You might as well just pause for a second. When you're ready, you know how our leg was turned up? We're going to turn it back so that the leg is in parallel. That rotation comes from your hip. We often think about it just coming from the foot, but it's all the way from the hip. Okay, point your toe. You're going to inhale as you lift your leg up, circle forward towards me, and then exhale as you sweep that leg back for 4. For 3. For 2. One more. And then we reverse. You keep the toe pointed, kick your leg forward, lift up around, and take it back. Usually this direction is not as fun. We go for 4. For 3, kick forward. For 2, kick forward. Oh my gosh. And then one more. These are always the exercises that you guys complain the most about in the comments. Good. Last one. Bring that leg in. Take a second and breathe. Okay. If your left arm is not already, go ahead and extend it out to the edge of your mat or beyond, taking the right hand in front of you, bending your knees. You're pressing into that right hand to press yourself up off of the mat. Then you'll press up off of both hands, pulling the feet a little bit closer to your hips, reaching up and over through that left side, pressing down into the hip, opening up from hip to armpit to middle finger. Inhale. Good. Exhale, come all the way back in. We're going to bring everything through center like this. So you're seated on the mat. Hands are behind you. We take that same figure 4 stretch with the left foot down. Oh God, right ankle's going to cross over the top of the left knee. Pressing up and away from the mat. Opening up through your chest. Reaching the shoulders out towards the sides of the room. Pressing your chest closer to your legs. If this is too intense, you're walking your left foot away from you. Okay. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Let it go. Good. Good. Okay. When you're ready, we're coming out of this figure 4 stretch. We'll bring the legs just kind of up and around, and we'll find ourselves in a tabletop position. We won't be here long. So if you're somebody that doesn't particularly like being in tabletop or weight bearing on the wrist, you just take as many breaks as you need to. Spread your fingertips out nice and wide. You're pressing into the fingertip, into the knuckle and the heel of the hand. Your knees are underneath your hips. Your wrists are underneath your shoulders. From here, can you press up and away from the mat, pressing the space between the shoulder blades towards the ceiling? Good. And then from here, I want you to press down into your left hand. Can you reach that right arm out, reaching right fingertips towards the top edge of that mat? Exhale as you pull back in, press down into the right hand. Same thing on the left. You reach the left arm out and then bring it back in. Two more each side. We reach the right and bring it in. We reach the left and bring it in. For one more, reach the right. And then reach the left. Good. Everything comes in. Take a second and breathe. If you need to come off with a wrist, that's what you're going to do. Okay, now we add on to that. Pressing into your left hand, you're going to reach right arm and left leg back. And then exhale, everything comes in. Press into that right hand. We extend left arm and right leg out. And then we bring everything in. It's two more each side. Right arm, left leg. And then left arm, right leg. One more. Good. And then everything comes in. Hips go back to the heels, round forward through the spine. Find your child's pose, pressing down into the heels of the hands, but also releasing pressure from the wrist. Inhale. Good. Exhale, let it go. Perfect. From here, pull yourself all the way forward. Walk your knees a little bit away from you as you lower yourself down onto your mat. Your legs are back behind you, and I'll have you open your feet up about as wide as your hips if you'd like to go wider. Sometimes wider feels kind of nice. Your forearms are coming down to the mat. Hands a little bit in front of your shoulder. Okay, spread out through your fingertips. Try and relax your shoulders. Point the crown of your head forward. Crown of your head is the top of your head, right? Not your forehead, the crown of your head. Okay. On your inhale, you're pressing into your hands. You start to lift your head. You lift your chest. You look a little bit forward, but still down. And you can keep the forearms down on the mat. Exhale as you lower all the way back down. Good. Inhale, you lift your head, you lift your chest. You're looking forward, but still a little bit down. And then exhale, we come all the way back to the mat. One more. Good. And now we go a little bit higher. Okay. When you're ready, you press into your hands. You start to lift your head. You lift your chest. Can you keep your legs down as you press into your hands? You lift the elbows off of the mat and you come up just a little bit higher, coming up as much as is comfortable for you. Gaze is still forward, but slightly down. Exhale as you lower all the way back down to the mat, going down just as slowly as you came up for two. One more. Inhale. Good. With your last one, your forehead is going to come down to the mat. Okay. You're bringing your hands so they go behind your back. Palms are flipping up, and your elbows will kind of flop out to the sides of your mat, just kind of like this. It might feel a little bit weird on your shoulder. And if that doesn't feel so nice, you can always change the way your palms are rotated. But I think this will be probably the most comfortable rotation of the palms for us. Okay. Keep your forehead and your head, just everything down on the mat. Try and relax your shoulders. You're going to lift your elbows up as you reach your hands back towards your butt, and then keep your palms rotated up. Can you reach your arms out to T with the palms rotated up? It's going to feel weird. Bring your arms back in, bend the elbows, hands to the lower back, and then you pull the elbows down to the mat. Okay, keeping your head down. You lift up. You're going to reach the arms out to straight. Reach the arms to T for as long as you can with the palms rotated up. Pull it in. And then lower. One more. We lift. Good. With that last one, we'll move the forearms so they come in front of us. Okay. One hand goes on top of the other. Doesn't matter which one. You pick your favorite hand and that one goes on top. Okay. Drop your forehead onto your hands. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Try and press into the front of your hips. You think about tucking your tailbone in this position, pressing the front of your hips and your pubic bone into the mat, trying to lift your belly button away from your t-shirt. Lift it away from the mat. You think about not only pulling it back towards your spine, but pulling it up towards the ceiling, almost like you are a puppet on a string. Okay. You're pressing into the tops of your feet as well. I want you to lift your head and lift your hands because the hands are connected to the forehead. Okay. Keeping your head lifted, keeping the shoulders away from your ears. You're going to inhale as you reach the arms out to T. Palms are flipping down. Good. Exhale as you bend the elbows. The hands come back together just underneath the forehead for 2. We reach out and then back in. One more. Good. And then you lower all the way down. Good. Take a second right there. We'll move the hands so they come underneath the shoulders, pointing your elbows back toward your feet. Try and roll the shoulders away. Pressing down into the tops of the feet. Let's actually bring the feet a little bit closer together, squeezing inner thighs, knees, and ankles together. Big exhale as you press yourself up off of the mat, and then reach your hips all the way back to your heels, finding your child's pose. Rounding forward through the spine, really exaggerating that round forward to counterbalance all the back extension that we just did. Good. Inhale. Exhale, let it go. Good. And then when you're ready, we're pressing into the hands. You'll pull things forward, finding your tabletop position once more. Pressing down into fingertips, knuckles, and the heels of the hands. We'll tuck the toes under. Knees are underneath your hips. Inhale as you press up and away from your mat, pressing the space between the shoulder blades up. Exhale as you draw in from the lower abs, hovering the knees off of the mat. Inhale. Another big exhale. We press the hips up and back. You find a down dog. We're an elephant. Pressing down into your heels. Start to walk your hands into your feet. Anchoring your heels down to the mat. Put a little bend into your knees and then reach opposite hand for opposite elbow. Just let the upper body hang a little bit. Maybe you sway from side to side. Feel a release into the hamstrings. Feel a little release into the lower back. Inhale. Good. Exhale. Hands can come back down to the mat. We'll start to roll ourselves so we come all the way up to stand. Nice and slow. Rebuilding the spine, shoulders on top of the hips, crown of the head lifts up. Once you come up to standing, we are going to stay here. Okay, we'll come right towards the center of the mat. Feet are going about hips distance apart. On your inhale, I want you to find your neutral spine. Slightly tuck in the tailbone under, hips and rib cage in line. Inhale as you bend into your knees, lower down into a squat. Exhale as you press into your heels, stand right back up. We inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Good. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Lower and lift for 4, for 3, for 2. Last one. Good. And then come all the way back down into your squat. I'm going to flip this way just so that you can see a side view. We're tucking the tailbone under. Hips are in line with the rest of your spine. There's a diagonal line shooting out the crown of your head. Try and shift your weight over into your right leg. So you get your hip, your knee, your ankle all in line. Hands can come to your hips, get a little bit lighter through the left toes, and pull the left foot closer towards the right. On your inhale, you're stepping your left toes away from you. On your exhale, you're pulling the left toes in. Inhale as you step out. Exhale as you pull back in, relaxing the shoulders. We go out and in, out and in. for 4, 3, for 2. Good. One more. Good. Left foot plants down onto the mat. You stand all the way up. Good. And then for 4, we'll just take some squats to reset. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift for 3, 2. Last one. Good. Down and back into your squat. Shift your weight over into your left leg. Hip, knee, ankle, all in line. We're pressing down into that left heel, getting lighter through the right toes. Inhale as you step the right foot away from you. Exhale as you pull that right leg back in. Inhale as you step out, light tap of the toes. Exhale as you pull back in. Out and in. Out and in. Good. For 4. For 3. 2. And then one more. Good. Right foot goes down. We stand all the way up and then walk your feet out wider than your hips. Toes are turning out, heels are turning in. Oh, that creeps up on me. Tuck the tailbone under, hips and rib cage are in line. You have a nice flat back. As we move through these nice wide squats, I want you to imagine you're sliding up and down a wall. Let's start with hands at the hips. Inhale as you lower down to squat. Exhale as you press into the heels, you come back up to stand. So shoulders staying stacked right on top of the hips. We're really trying to open up through the hip. We're trying to get into the inner thigh. This is like a sumo squat stance, but we're not taking that hinge forward that you typically would be if you were doing an actual sumo squat. This is much more of a grand plie. I say as if I know ballet. I don't, but I know it's a plie. Good. Lower and lift just for 4. Lower and lift. Good. For 2. One more. And now we add on the arms, reaching the arms in front of you. As you lower, you reach the arms out to T. As you stand, you pull everything in. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Good. Reach and stand. We reach and stand. Good. For 4. For 3. For 2. One more. I want you to lower down, hold it right here, reaching out through the arms, reaching fingertips towards the sides of the room. You're trying to touch the right side, touch the left side, press down into the heels, little tiny pulses for 10, nice and slow too. For 9, press down into the heels. For 8, for 7, can you relax your shoulders? 6, 5, good. 4, 3, 2. Last one, press down into the heels, come all the way up to stand, lowering the arms. Little shake through the shoulders. Good. From here, bring your feet together. Walk yourself towards the edge of your mat, whatever edge you want to. It doesn't really matter. Feet about hips distance apart. Press down into your heels. Soft bend into the knees. Whew. We'll take a second to catch our breath. Oh my gosh. Okay. Inhale, we bend into the knees. You circle the arms up and around overhead. On your exhale, you're going to dive down towards the mat, tucking the chin to the chest, rounding forward. Oh my gosh. Rounding forward through the shoulders. Oh my gosh. It's like my heart rate always catches up to me right when we're trying to slow it down. Little bend into the knees. Your hands come all the way down to the mat. Okay. Take an inhale. Exhale, start to walk your hands out. You're going to find a high plank. If high plank is not for you, you're bringing your knees down to the mat, finding a modified plank. Okay, well, inhale, exhale, let it go. Good. And then inhale, start to walk your hands back into your feet, anchoring your heels down. We'll roll all the way up through the spine. 2 more, just like. Two more just like that. I'm getting delirious. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale as you dive down towards the mat, tucking chin to chest, rounding forward through the shoulders. Hands can come down. We inhale. Exhale, start to walk your hands out. You find your high or modified plank. Inhale. Exhale, let it go. Good. Inhale, walk the hands back into the feet, pressing the hips up, anchoring the heels down. Little bend in the knees as you roll yourself all the way up to stand. For one more, inhale. Exhale as we dive down like you're diving into a pool. Hands come down, walk it out to plank. Okay, once you find your plank, we're going to stay right here. Inhale. Exhale. Good. And then drop your knees down, untuck your toes, press your hips back to your heels, find your child's pose, rounding forward through the spine, pressing down into the heels of the hands to get a little bit of traction through the shoulders. Inhale. Whew. Exhale, let it go. Good. Okay, from here, we've got a little bit more to go. We're almost there at the end. You're going to bring yourself all the way down onto the mat. So you're going to be on your back. We'll wrap up with a little bit more core work, and then we'll take some stretches, and then we get to do Q&A. Okay, so when you are ready, I'm going to give you a couple of options to set up here. Your feet can go about hips distance apart, and you can keep your feet down. You can keep your head down as well. That's going to be option 1. Option 2, legs come to tabletop. Okay, option 3, you extend your legs up towards the ceiling. You bring the legs together, point the toes. Whatever you want to do. Okay, I'm probably going to start in tabletop, but just remember all of those options are there for you at any point. Arms are reaching up above the shoulders, fingertips towards the ceiling. On your exhale, you start to press your hands down outside of your hips as you lift up through head, neck, and shoulders. Inhale as you lower all the way back down. Exhale, we press and lift. Inhale, we lower down. For 4, wherever you're at, and your head can stay down too, exhale. Inhale, lift. For 3, it's always kind of a mean move for me to you do core work after standing. For 2, last one, I want you to lift and hold, hands outside of the hips. Can you reach the fingertips a little bit further forward, peeling the shoulder blades off of the mat? If your legs are in tabletop, do you want to try extending them up towards the ceiling to see how that feels? If the legs are extended, can you lower them a little bit away from you? Okay, wherever you want to start, we start the Pilates 100. Kind of weird to wrap up with the 100, but we pump the hands right outside of the hips. You think inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. And you keep moving like this. We're pumping the arms. That movement comes from the shoulder all the way to the tips of the fingers. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Knees are bent in tabletop, or you can take the feet down. If you're like me and you're just like, I'm tired. I can't do this anymore. Inhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Will it be a full 100? Only time will tell. This will be our last 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my gosh. Last set of 10. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you can bring everything in, shoulders down, head down, hug your knees into your chest. Take that little rock from side to side. Good. Okay, are we feeling sweaty now? I'm going to blame the humidity. I always blame the humidity. Like, it's not me. Surely it's not me. It's the humidity that's making me feel like I'm drowning in my own sweat. Reach your legs so they go all the way out to the edge of your mat, opening your feet up just about as wide as your hips, maybe wider if that's how you feel. Arms down by your sides, roll the shoulders down away from your ears. Take your right leg, lift your right leg up above your hip, either with a straight leg and pointed toe or with a bent knee, slightly bent or like really bent, wherever you feel you need to be. On your inhale, you're crossing that right leg over towards the left. You're drawing a big circle as you go down and around, and then exhale as you come up on that right side. For 3, we cross over to the left, circle down and around, up through center. For 2, even pressure into the backs of the shoulders, even pressure into the hips, into the hands. One more, we cross over to the left. And then we come up on the right, and then you reverse. Inhale, open out to the right, cross over to the left. Exhale, up and around. Good. For 2. One more. Good. Lower the right leg down. Same thing on the left. Oh my gosh. Lifting the left leg up. You either have a straight leg and pointed toe, bent knee, or really bent knee. Okay. On your inhale, you cross that left leg over towards the right. You circle down. Exhale as you come up and around on that left side. For 3, can you press down into the shoulders? Can you press down into the hands to keep you feeling stable? If the answer is no, it's okay. Give yourself some credit. It's the end of class. It's all right. One more. Ooh, ouch. Leg comes back up and we reverse. Inhale, opening out to the left, cross over to the right. Exhale, up and around for 3. For 2. And one more. Good. Last one, you lower that left leg down to the mat. Let's bend the knees, feet flat, walk your feet out a little wider than your hips, and take your inhale as you drop both knees over towards the right. Left hip lifts, but left shoulder stays down on the mat. Exhale as you come up through center. Inhale, dropping both knees over towards the left. Letting the right hip lift, but you're keeping the right shoulder anchored down. So we get a twist through the spine. Think about twisting kind of from almost like the center of your chest, but not your back. Center of your back, I should say. And then all the way down to the tailbone. Inhale. Exhale, back up through center. Good. Okay. Bring the feet in a little bit closer. Press down into your left foot. We're going to lift that right leg up above the hip and then interlace your fingers behind that right hamstring. Point your toe as you kick up and then flex your foot. I want you to bend your knee, pull your heel towards your hip for 2. Point the toe and kick. Flex your foot, pull the heel to the hip. One more, point the toe and kick. Flex your foot and pull it in. Now from here, you can keep your knee bent, keep the leg pulling in towards you. We'll circle through the ankle. 3, 2, and 1. And reverse. 3, 2, and 1. And then right foot goes down. Same thing on the other side. Pull that left leg towards you, extend the leg up, pointing the toe. We'll flex the foot, bend the knee, pull the heel to the hip for 2. Point and kick. Flex and bend. One more, point and kick. Flex and bend and hold that left leg there. We circle the ankle. 3, 2, and 1. And reverse. 3, 2, and 1. Good. You can plant your left foot down on the ground. Walk your feet a little bit further away from you. Arms are reaching up above your shoulders. Exhale as you press your hands down towards the tops of your legs, tucking your chin to your chest. You roll yourself all the way up. And then reach your legs so they go out in front of you, flexing your feet. Inhale, sit up tall. On your exhale, imagine I'm pulling on your fingertips. Round forward through the upper back, tucking your chin to your chest, reaching forward, forward, forward. Inhale. Exhale, rebuild the spine, shoulders on top of the hips, crown of the head lifts up for 2 more. Inhale, exhale. Good. Inhale, exhale. And then one more. Inhale, exhale. Good. Inhale. Exhale, come all the way back up to seated. You can bring your arms down and then choose a position that you like best. You can keep the legs out in front of you. I'm going to go cross-legged just for this last little bit. We'll take a side body stretch just to wrap up. Right hand goes down, left arm reaches up. Big side body stretch. Do you feel like you created more space in that side body? The answer might be yes, but it might be no. Come up through center, taking the left hand down, reaching the right arm up. Good. We'll do one more each side just for good measure. We go over to the right. Good. And then last one. Good. Coming all the way up through center. You can bring things in, take any other stretches, but you're all finished with me for class and we'll keep hanging out. But if you were just here for class, you guys are awesome and you could do anything you put your mind to. And I'll see you a little bit later. Let me pull my chair over. Yes, you can watch it and do it later for sure, for sure, for sure. Okay, everybody, how did we do? We've got 16 of us. All right. Live stream is kind of, hey, it's kind of fun. It's different though, because I can't see you guys. I can't see you guys. Okay, so we're going to hang out. If you guys have questions, you let me know, like really any questions at all. I wanted to, chat with you guys because we hit a huge milestone. I don't know if anyone noticed besides me. We hit 100,000 subscribers. I'm getting my YouTube plaque here like very soon. What's up? Yeah, general rule of thumb when you're breathing in and out with it's different depending on the type of exercise that you're doing, right? So like in weightlifting, you're exhaling on the harder part. With Pilates, think about inhaling as your arms or your legs are reaching away from you, exhaling to pull everything back through center. That would be my general rule of thumb. We also do like an inhale to prepare and an exhale on the movement. It just kind of depends, but don't like get too tripped up about the breathing, but general rule of thumb, as things are reaching away or we're finding length, we exhale, pull everything back in. That's what I would say. You're funny. I noticed. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, no problem. No problem. Yeah, breath gets to be confusing and it's something that even as you've been doing Pilates for a long time, it can still get confusing. It can still get confusing. The most important thing is that you are breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Always, that's what it should be. Okay, well, we'll hang out for like, I don't know, maybe until 9, and then I'll send you on your way and you'll be good to go. Oh, actually, I did want to ask you guys, for those of you that are here, if you don't know, I teach live classes in a virtual studio, but I know some of you just like are not into that, and that's okay. Would anyone be into like if I created a YouTube membership that was like maybe $5 or $10 and we did a live stream class like this every month? Anyone feel like that would be fun for them? Yeah. The classes I teach in my virtual studio are it's Monday, Tuesday, Friday, 8 a.m. Central, so the same time. And then on Wednesday evenings, I teach at 6 p.m. Central. And those are all of the live class times. Good question. Good question. Gosh, I need a coffee warmer. My coffee got a little bit lukewarm. Yeah, I'm glad it was fun. It's so different. It was my first, this is my first time ever doing a live stream on YouTube. If you can believe it. I'm like, been on YouTube for 3 years and this is the first time I've done it. Yeah, if you liked this class time, I teach this class time all week long in the virtual studio. So if that works for you, great. But yeah, if anyone, if anyone would like to do a live stream class, like a YouTube live stream class, you let me know. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, good. That's the feedback I needed. It's funny. I usually ask a lot of questions on Instagram, but I know not all of you guys follow me on Instagram. So sometimes you lose a little bit of it. Sandra, hi. Ooh, do I ever feel like it gets boring for me? I don't ever feel like it gets boring. Sometimes if I am teaching a lot of classes in a short period of time, like any other job, I can get burnt out on it and I need to take breaks. And if I'm teaching, like sometimes like after we do a challenge, like I'm a little bit burnt out on it, but I think there's always there's always new things for me to learn in my own personal Pilates practice and new things for me to learn as a Pilates instructor. So that does keep it very interesting for me. Like there's always something new to be done. There's always a new cue that I can give you guys. There's always a new connection that we can all make together. And also like when because I'm teaching, right? I'm teaching in person now with the live, with the live classes, and also being able to see um you guys progress. Being able to see that is what keeps it engaging and interesting for me, and what allows me to be able to, keep going. What's up? Yeah, the virtual studio classes they're 50 to 60 minutes, but that's okay, Sandra. The virtual classes are they're 50 to 60 minutes. I have two classes now. I just updated class formats. I have two classes now that you can do in two parts. So that's going to be arms, abs, and active recovery. I made into a 60-minute class, but you can make it a 40-minute and then do 20 minutes on another day. But yeah, they're all about this length. And with the live classes, you also get access to my full on-demand library. And I know I have a lot of classes here on YouTube, but my on-demand library has even more because I've been teaching virtual classes there, gosh, since January of 2021. So we have probably about 700 on-demand classes. So there's a lot to choose from. You'll love this class, Sandra. It's all your favorites. No bridging. No bridging and no teasers. And if any of you don't follow me on Instagram, this is like a shameless plug for my Instagram, but Instagram is where like all of the informational things live because it's the easiest way for y'all to get information. So it has all the information on the virtual studio, it has all the information on like class times, class formats, how to take class, all of that kind of stuff. So if you have questions on that, follow me on Instagram. Yeah. It's I feel like the interesting thing about having a Pilates practice, like I've only been doing Pilates for 5 years, right? But in those 5 years, like have I been doing a lot of the same exercises? Sure, but I've been able to make different connections in my own body that have allowed me to progress and still like make me want to come back for more. And I think too, like that's how a lot of people feel with people that have been doing Pilates 15, 20, 25 years, like they keep coming back because it continues to challenge them for sure. Yeah, no problem. No problem. Yeah. It's like hard to put into words. You're like, I've been doing Pilates so long and I don't, you're just like, I don't know why I keep coming back, but I do. Yeah, it's your body awareness and your connection to your muscles, it continues to grow the more that you learn, and also the more that you continue to take classes with different instructors. Like you'll hear all of us say similar things, but sometimes we say it in a different way, so you're able to make connections in different ways and carry that with you through every class that you do. So i I don't know, I find for me like Pilates has been the most interesting thing to keep me coming back because I sometimes dabble in a little bit of weightlifting, but God, does it get boring? It gets really boring. So you got to keep yourself interested. And the nice thing about Pilates too is like everything you learn with the breathing and the core control and just the body awareness, it translates into every other form of exercise that you do. What's up, Karen? You are so sweet. Thank you. Totally, totally, yeah, and I find a lot of people that dance their whole life or that were gymnasts or whatever, a lot of them transition into Pilates, and it's such a natural fit. I am I don't have a dance background, but you find a lot of Pilates instructors that have that dance back. The studio that I work at here in St. Louis, like the studio owner she's actually a professional tap dancer. How fun is that? But you do find a lot of people with the dance background, and it is definitely a natural transition. And I think that's what gets a lot of, I don't know, ex dancers like reinterested in any kind of fitness routine. So that's good. But from my perspective, I'm just like, I just need something to move. Awesome. Yay. I'm so glad that you guys enjoyed this. Yay. It's so fun. Yeah, tapping it is hard. I can listen to her sometimes when she's like in the back room practicing and I'm like, "Whoa." Thank you. I did musical theater, so I did like a little bit of dance. I wouldn't call it like real dance because it was like community theater. So, but I had, I'm used to being told what to do and doing it. And I also like with Pilates, I'm the kind of person that I want to be able to execute things. So it's taken a lot of practice to get to where I'm at. So thank you. Yeah, I was going to explore a little bit of bar, but here is the thing. The studio that I teach at, they needed a bar instructor. And I was like, oh, well, maybe I'll go through a bar training and like I can teach. But then with the scheduling, it just didn't work out. And I didn't really have the time to be able to go through another training. So that was kind of a thing that I said. And now I don't think I'm going to do it. I don't know. I think too, like when we do standing classes or like a majority standing classes, like we do kind of get the bar element in there. And we're also, Sandra, in the virtual studio, we're going to do, we're doing a whole Taylor Swift series in the virtual studio that'll probably be coming out at like the end of August. And I won't say that'll be like kind of more bar, but like we're going to be moving more to potentially the beat of the music, maybe. I don't know. Just when I sat back and thought about like going through a bar certification to like maybe teach one class every couple of weeks, it just didn't really make a whole lot of sense. Plus, I think I also have a tendency to do too much, and I'm trying not to do that. I'm really trying not to do too much, and man, is it hard. I always have to keep it interesting. Hopefully though, I don't feel like I need to make any more changes. Like we've just been kind of like refining things as we've gone on, and I've been trying to figure out like what the best way to do things for myself is. I think we've found that. So there shouldn't be any more change. There shouldn't be any more changes. Ooh, and while I have all 10 of you here, oh my gosh. Well, he was on my husband, my dear husband. If you don't follow me on Instagram, he was on doing the reformer for a little bit, but um he gets in like kicks of it, like really brief waves. Like he'll be like, "Oh, I want to do Pilates," and we do it like 3 times a week for like 3 weeks, and then he stops. I'll give you the link to my website, and that will show you everything that you need to know. Okay. Okay. There's my website. It will show you my live class schedule, the on-demand library. It shows you pricing. Um, what else does it have on there? All the challenges, except for the most recent one, because I just haven't gotten around to updating it. But that is where you can find the virtual classes. But yeah, he like went through a wave of going on the reformer. No, no more. He kind of goes in the summer. I think he gets more interested in it and then he kind of drops off. Yes. Yes. And I mean, we have a reformer at home, so it's like it's easy for him to just come up into the studio space and hop on the reformer. But we started playing tennis, so he's a little more into that. But I'm over here like trying to get him into a regular exercise routine. I'm like waiting for him to jump into the live chat. He won't, but oh, I was gonna ask you guys something while I have you here. Um, how do you guys feel about vlogs? I feel like those of you that are like, you've been here since day one, you love the vlogs. Are there any other kind of videos that you would want to see? Ooh, here we go. Okay. Yeah, I like tennis too. We're not good at tennis. We are not good at all. It's funny because my brother, growing up, my brother played tennis and he like went on to play like college tennis and like wanted to play pro tennis. So like I was around tennis my whole life, but my hand-eye coordination is really bad and my reflexes are very slow. So it's definitely been a challenge. Like we're not good at tennis by any means, but we are playing. We are playing. Okay, Sam, what's your favorite thing about Pilates and teaching? Yeah, yes, definitely. The more you play, but we're like trying to figure out the best times to play because it's so humid here that when you go out and you play, like we need to go at like 7. And by then I'm like, oh, it's so close to bedtime. I don't want to be out here. And then it's so humid that there's like sweat dripping into your eyeballs. So we like it. It's just finding the right times to play. We've started to like play and it's like, well, if we play tennis today, then I don't know. We need to be better about it. We've played like 5 times. Okay, my favorite thing about Pilates and teaching. My favorite thing about like taking Pilates classes is that I can always modify everything to fit where I'm at on any given day and that I can always learn something new from every class that I take, from any instructor that I take from. I think that's my favorite thing about Pilates. Um, and then my favorite thing about teaching Pilates is being able to share what I love with people and inspire like your love for Pilates. And I love being able to either physically see you guys progress or like I love seeing comments on the YouTube videos where people are like, I've done this class, multiple times and I can finally do X, Y, and Z. Like that is what gives me so much joy. It's like it's amazing to see you guys make those connections. Absolute favorite thing. Yeah. I know we're out here trying to play tennis at the end of July. It's like not happening. Yeah, the last time we played, I swear, I was getting like sweat in my eye, like in my contact. It's like, I don't know. Like, I'm not sure how much longer I can go on like this. But it's fun. It's definitely fun. And then, it's like, well, we could play early in the morning, we could play late at night, or we could just wait until it's not as humid. Oh, today feels like a day I might take a nap. All right, y'all. Let's see, what time is it? Oh, yeah, Missouri gets a little swampy. So, like July, August, I feel like is not a good time to be outside. And but I think after August it should be a little bit nicer. I'm just like dealing with humidity for the first time. So I step outside and it feels like I'm wrapped up in a wet blanket. I don't particularly like that. No problem. No problem at all. I'm happy you guys were here. I think we'll wrap up right there unless anyone has any last burning questions. We'll call it a day and we'll let everyone else do the recording. But thank you so much for being here. This was so fun. And maybe, you know what? Maybe I will set up a YouTube membership so that we can do this every month. So more on that. Keep an eye on the community tab because I'll post it there. If you guys don't know how to get to the community tab if you go to my channel, there's a little tab like at the top that says community. Click on that. That's where I post like the weekly class schedules for you guys. Yes, good to see you too, Sandra. I'll see you tomorrow, right? I'm like, will I? Or are you traveling? Yeah, the community tab is where you'll see like all the information that you need. So you guys will know if I end up doing that. I think I probably will. Yeah, a lot of people don't know about the community tab, but it is there and it's got a lot of information. Okay. I'll hold you to it, Sandra. All right, you guys, have a wonderful rest of your Thursday. Thank you so much for being here and thank you so much for supporting me and the channel. You guys are so amazing and I will see you in our next video, whenever that is. I'll see you guys later. Bye.